Naboa TV, 22nd of October is International Stammering Awareness Day. So I decided to make a video in conjunction with it to create out to create awareness. This is the facial uh, this is the facial expressions I I make or do when I'm speaking on the phone or when I'm not face to face with someone. And most of the time I'm talking to someone, I am always using techniques and pauses to hide that I stutter or stammer. It's not because I am ashamed that it's not because that I am ashamed that I stumble. No, it's not that. I just don't want people to feel sorry for me. I don't want I do not want I do not want or sympathy. Because when people see that people see that you have, because when people see that you have a disability or even you stutter, they will start to treat you different, and that's not what I want. I want to be treated equally. Don't feel bad for me, cause I don't feel bad for myself. I'm a happy guy. For everyone without knowing me to know that I'm always pulling. I am always pulling pranks, doing tricks, just laughing, just being me, just being crazy. Yeah, and I like the banter. If I don't laugh at my stutter, feel free. That's the way I am, and don't feel bad for me. So I've been stammering since I can remember, to be honest. Yeah, and I've kind of I've kind of learned to live with it, I should say. And to be honest, I kind of like it. I'm kind of happy that I started because it makes me unique. It set me apart from my peers, and because of my stammering, also I think I'm kind of hardworking because of my stammering. Because I am always trying to work harder than a person who speaks normally or or a fluent person stammering. On as someone who stutter, what certain words are quite difficult or quite hard to come out, and since I've kind of learned or I've become aware that words or letters or letters that make it difficult for me to say or that takes time for me to say are letters or words beginning with E. So for example, saying something like a E, I'll give example like uh Edmonton. It's always hard to say Edmonton because well that's where I live, and like most of the time like when I go to the train station like to buy a ticket, and what they'll say, oh, and they'll say, where do you want where do you want a ticket? And I'll say from Gilliam to Ed. Ed. See, I cannot even say it. So that's when I'm there. The train ticket, the train officer ticket, and I'm about to buy my ticket, and the way it's not coming out. Sometimes it's kind of annoying me, but I will keep on still persisting for it to come out. So I'll keep on saying, Ed. Then I'll pause. Edmonton. Then then eventually it will come out. See the two ways. See what the two E ways I just struggled. One, well, the first one was Edmonton, which I struggled, and eventually. So yeah, that's two words sometimes I struggle with, and another E I'll give example. I'm thinking elephant. Elephant. See, also it took me a while for me to get it out. And, but yeah, one more thing. I was speaking to my friend last week, and she told me that like most, and and she told me that some lady or some girl she met, I had, I had, I had university, at university was not really impressed or was not happy that my friend finished her sentence for her. And that is something like most people with that starter don't like people to do, to finish what they are, to finish their sentences for them. But me, for instance, I did not mind if like if you like want to finish my sentence for me, then feel free. It will save me the time for me to struggle to get the words out. So if you feel like finish my sentence for me, then feel free and just finish it for me. But I know most people with that starter, they cannot dislike it. They dislike it. They dislike it. People doing them for them. But for me, I don't really mind. And one more highlight thing I wanna highlight, like because of my stammering, I feel like I've tried to change the path I would like to go in life, like careers. I mean, when I was growing up, I wanted to become like a lawyer or something, or a solicitor or something. But I know that all them two jobs are a communication job, and you have to communicate with your client, and you have to communicate in court to win a case, like for your client. So, if you're something like your words are not coming out right, then you're more likely to lose case all the time. So I'm thinking it's something I can do. So I decided upon going through that route or that path. And as someone who's that starter, I feel like I'm always changing words in my head. I'm always trying to find a word with double meaning that will not make me struggle, or that will not take time for it to come out. So whenever I am out speaking to someone, I am always looking for a word that will not give me trouble or headache for it to come out. So when I'm always out chatting to someone, and like if I want to say, or if I want to say excited, I know that that word will give me trouble. So I'll think of a word. Mean I'll think of a word that goes with excited Same I think, oh, excited. What word? Now thinking happy. So yeah, so I will say happy instead of excited. So all the time I'll always thinking of something or something like uh, academia or academic. Like I know that that word will take me longer for it to come out, so I will choose something else much easier that will not take longer for me to say. So in my head, because my head it's always like working twice just as hard as normal people. And the funny thing is, like most people like think people that stutter are not clever or yeah, but that is wrong. I mean, just because we cannot finish our sentences doesn't make us dumb, or just because our words takes longer does not make us dumb, and just because it will take us like half an hour to do that doesn't just because it takes us half an hour to do a 10 minutes a 10 minutes a 10 minutes presentation does not mean that we're dumb. We are much capable of doing stuff, and it's just yeah. And so I don't let it. I do not let it affect me, but sometimes it can get to you. And another thing I like to say, just I think last week I was reading I was reading a I was reading a status. See, they're trying to say status was taking longer. I was doing a status on the British Stammering Association Facebook page, and they posed a question there, like, and the question that was posed there was,